my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. I'm feeling that some of you guys are watching this in the morning, so I hope that you love this reading, and this reading is a good start to your day. That's just something that I intuitively picked up. It's not going to resonate with everyone, I know, but somebody is watching this in the morning, I feel. I'm so happy to have you here and I'm so happy to be back. So yeah, we're looking at why you are the one for your future spouse in this reading, and then in the next reading we will be looking at why your future spouse is the one for you. So we'll be looking at traits and why you guys are great together and why you guys are a perfect match and anything else that wants to come up. So today we have 3 piles and this is going to be a timeless watercolor reading, so you can watch this at any time. This is the first pile with this beautiful card. There is a message on the back of these cards, but we will be looking at those in your reading. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 2. And lastly, this will be pile number 3. Another gorgeous card. I feel like a lot of you are here could be for the first time, but I think a lot of you are my soul family, so you might know how I do my watercolor readings, but I am picking on a lot of new energy. So hi, I welcome you here with an open heart and with all of the love in my soul. I'm going to start with a prayer. So for those of you that don't know, I always dedicate a small prayer to every single person that's watching, to your spirit guides, your family, just inviting in all of your energies with love and with grace so that I can channel for you better. This is also a thank you, so I like to call this my prayer of gratitude. So if you're new here, it's not necessary to watch this prayer, although it does help if you stay because it helps me to connect with your energies better. But if you want to, you can skip to your pile. It's completely okay. Just take your time, make your pile selection, and you can directly skip to your reading. But I'm gonna start with the prayer as I always do. So first and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single soul here that has commented, that has given me love, that has given this channel a lot of love, and all of the people that love my readings. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you would give me your energy in the form of your sweet words or donations or personal reading bookings. Thank you so much for trusting me to be your tarot reader. I would like to thank all of your spirit guides for always helping me throughout this journey so far and allowing me to tap into your energy, allowing me the honor to get into your space and to be able to give you the guidance that you need from spirit. I also want to thank all of your future spouses' energy. Whenever I do my future spouse readings, I'm always channeling double the people that are watching because you're watching for another person. So sometimes the energy can be very hectic, but a lot of your spirit guides and a lot of you sometimes help me. The way you do this, you might not consciously realize that you're doing this, but just the fact that you like my readings and that you're open to my energy and that you open your energy to this reading itself is something that is tremendously helpful. So I would like to thank you for that. Otherwise it would not be possible for me to do any of your readings if you closed your energy off to me. My intention here is always to create a safe and sacred space in all of my readings, so I would like to invite all of your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, any light beings that have good intentions for my dear pile number 1, 2, and 3 soul family. I would like for you to come through and allow me to do this reading. I call upon you with divine love in my heart. Please stay with me throughout all of the readings and allow me to give any guidance, any messages that want to come through that pile number 1, 2, and 3 need to know at this time that they are watching this reading. I ask for divine protection for this reading to be protected from any negative energies, any negative harmful people, intentions, malicious energies, energy vampires. I would like for pile number 1, 2, and 3 to be protected from any malicious intentions, any negative energies, anybody that's trying to harm them. I would like for the energy of pile number 1, 2, and 3 to be clear so that they can make their pile selection accurately, so that they can hear the messages that they need to hear at this time. I ask for dear Spirit to bless this reading, to bless this space, and make this a safe and calming energy around pile number 1, 2, and 3. For anybody that is worried about anything, whether it's their future spouse or anything in their life. Sorry you guys, I had to pause the video because there was somebody at my door. But getting back into your energy, I call upon divine peace and divine blessings to come through in pile number 1, 2, and 3's energies, so that they can feel ease and calm and relaxed as they watch this reading. I thank you, pile number 1, 2, and 3, for being part of my journey so far. If you or any of you have left any comments, even if you just wrote down that a reading resonated with you, it helps me a lot. Thank you so much. I'm sending you all of my love and all of my light, and I thank you for being here. I thank you for existing. And with that said, I would like to bow down to you for taking the initiative to work on yourself, for taking the initiative to know what spirituality is, to look within yourself. I commend you on your bravery, and I hope you celebrate your existence as much as I do. Thank you for existing, pile number 1, 2, and 3. This is a welcome space always for all of you. So I hope you take that. I hope you take the energy of this reading with you even after you've finished watching the reading. I hope the good energy stay with you for a long time. And with that said, I will begin with pile number 1's reading, and I will see you at your pile. Bye. Hello my loves, if you chose pile number 1, you chose this beautiful, colorful, mostly red card. Now, immediately when I picked out this card, when this card actually fell out from the deck when I was shuffling for you guys, I immediately picked up on an energy where I got this message that you guys have been through a lot in life. A lot. I don't know why, but I'm being shown blood. I'm being shown erythrocytes in particular, which are the RBCs or the red blood cells. They're called erythrocytes. But you know, erythrocytes have like a biconcave shape, and this is just reminding me of that, of the red blood cells in the blood. So I feel like you guys have been through a lot in your past life, or in the early years of your life, in your childhood. Maybe a lot of you come from a lot of childhood trauma, with the eyes being closed here. I feel like there's a certain sadness because of everything that you've gone through, but that has not dimmed your strength in any way. I can feel your strength. I can feel your vitality. You are like somebody who would emerge from a black hole just with your determination, you know. And black hole, the gravitational force in the black hole is so strong that not even light, nothing can escape it, right? That's what's said about black holes. But I feel like if you wanted, you could resist that force, that pull, just with your determination. And I feel like your determination is one of the things that is so attractive to your future spouse. I feel like you inspire your future spouse to kind of you teach them how to get up after a failure, or how to get up after falling, or how to get up after getting hurt, you know. I just got this intuitive message that when somebody tried to hurt you in your life, it was paralyzing. It felt that you were physically disabled somehow, or that you were disabled in some way, or something was taken away from you. And that was a huge loss. It was a tremendous loss that you suffered. But you kind of brushed it off. Like, I'm hearing the song Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. Like, you shook it off and you kind of got up. And I feel like your future spouse watches this and sees this in you before you're married to them, and they see that you are such an inspiration. So I feel like I'm picking up on a lot of feminine energies here that are watching, but you don't have to be female. That's just the energy I'm picking up. But if you're a woman watching this, and you are attracted to men, then your man is going to like your cutthroat determination, and your ability to kind of get back up after bleeding so much, you know. After, like, even if all of your blood left your body, you would still fight. You would still stand up for yourself. You would still stand up for the people that you love. If you had a family, you would still stand up for your children. Like, you don't understand the meaning of losing, because you don't lose. You just keep trying and keep getting up, and keep trying and keep getting up until you win. Like, you're not even focused on failure. You're not even focused on where you're losing. And that's a quality that is immensely attractive to your future spouse. You could be fire signs, because I'm just picking that up from all of the red in the card. You could be Aries. You could be Leo, Sagittarius. You could be fire mixed with some water or air. So water signs would be Pisces and Scorpio and Cancer. I'm picking up like a combination of fire and Pisces, or fire and Scorpio, to be particular. But yeah, you could be any of these signs. You could have the energies in your chart. You don't have to. I feel like some of you will not resonate with the zodiac signs, but that's okay. This is a general reading, so everything won't resonate. Even if you are not the zodiac signs that I mentioned above, you still have those traits that I mentioned before. So let's get into painting the energy. So for those of you that are new here, I won't waste too much time explaining like how I channel, but I'm an intuitive artist, so I usually use water and watercolors and my connection to water, which is one of the sacred elements, to channel for my soul family here. and it's a little bit like a coffee grounds reading or a candle wax reading, except I'm using art to channel. So that's what I do. I'm not going to waste time too much to explain that, so let's get in. If you want to know more about my watercolor energy, my watercolor readings, you can watch any of my readings. I have a lot on my channel. So this color that I picked up intuitively, now I don't pick out these colors myself. Spirit always leads me to particular colors. And this color that I picked up is called Jane's Grey. It's from the Daniel Smith Fine Watercolors. And immediately I'm seeing a snake, but don't get scared. It's not a scary message. I'm seeing a snake as a symbol of Kundalini energy. And Kundalini energy obviously is life energy. It's extremely powerful, extremely potent, and people that have a high energy or Kundalini energy are usually embody the traits of a Scorpio person. So I did pick up on some Scorpio energy, but you could be 8th house placements or Plutonic placements, Lilith energy in your chart. A lot of you could be men watching this, and if you're a man, you could have Lilith energy in your natal chart. If you don't know what that means, you can get a natal chart reading from me if you're interested, or just look up your natal chart, what is a natal chart and how to recognize the energy, and that will give you a lot of information. You see how the snake sheds its skin by a process called ecdysis, where they will shed the whole skin and the whole shell of their outer skin kind of comes off. And I feel like you're like that. You're always going through some kind of transformative changes. I'm being shown the card Death and Tower, the tarot cards. So those signify huge changes, to the point that all of your sense of safety, all of your sense of stability is questioned and challenged, and sometimes even completely broken down. And that's why death moments are so painful and unwelcome, but sometimes necessary. So I feel like you guys go through a lot of those changes, and you feel like you're a different person. I'm not saying that you're fake, but as you go through these changes, these extremely dramatic, transformative, soul-shifting kind of changes, it's impossible to kind of remain the same person. And because it will bring so much insight and so much wisdom that you don't have a choice but to inculcate that in your soul and to live that way in a new way after the change has occurred. Like if you go through a massive breakup, how will you live? Like what rules are you going to form for your next relationship? Things change, right? Like you're going to define being loved. You're going to define a romantic relationship in a different way. You'll be able to identify what you need better. So that's how it is. Like you automatically take up those changes and you become a better person. I'm being shown the wizard Liz the wizard. What is that? I forgot her channel name, but she's very famous and she's one of my favorite YouTubers, and she makes a lot of content about manifestation and confidence, and I'm being shown her, but I'm not being asked to tell you about her. I'm being told that your energy is similar to hers. You know how she gets back up after falling, and she also comes from a toxic family, a toxic environment where she wasn't very confident within herself. She was a people pleaser. She said this before, and she has gone from that to being confident and standing up for herself and having her own business and having her own house, and she lives very comfortably. So I feel like it's a dramatic shift in your life. Like you're going from, and it's towards the extremes, like experiencing poverty to the deepest level, where you didn't have enough food as a child, and then in your later on in life you have everything. Like you have more food than you can imagine. You have all of the luxury items. You own the most expensive stuff if you wanted, like it's a dramatic shift. So it's like you go from being extremely poor to extremely rich and wealthy, so much wealth that you could pass on to like 7 generations and still have enough left for yourself. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up. And I feel like your future spouse has a similar energy to you. They mirror your energy. So they are somebody who's going through their own transformative changes. And I feel like this is something that you guys will recognize. I feel like this is an energy recognition. You guys will just recognize each other's energy first and foremost. So you see how the eyes are closed here. So I feel like it's not going to be a body-based attraction. It's going to be a very energy-based, soul-based connection that you have with each other. So that's how you guys are understanding each other and making space for each other. You see how the stars are here and they're black in color. Isn't that interesting? Usually stars are depicted with like a yellow color or a white color. They're depicted shining, but you see the stars here are black. So I feel like you're putting light to the darkness, and that might be uncomfortable for people. And you guys, both of you, could be introverted or loners or just like to be in your bubble. You might not like dealing with people because you're too intelligent, and people will not like what you have to say because what you have to say might be considered too bizarre or outrageous or too out there or mean or rude. You're not a mean person, you're not a rude person, and neither is your future spouse. But it's just that people will get offended by the truth. Some people get offended by the truth, that they don't want to hear it. Confirmation if you heard that. So I see that the biggest, most reason why you are the one for your future spouse is because you mirror each other's energy, and you guys have gone through hell, you guys have gone through fire and come out better, come out stronger. I'm being taken to gold. Gold, if it's melted, it doesn't cease to be gold after it solidifies, after it's melted, right? It's still gold. It doesn't lose its property of being gold. And that's what I'm being told, is that you are gold, pile number 1. So I'm so happy to have you in my energy, pile number 1. I think this is it for your painting. I was being taken to another color, which is this one. This one is called cerulean blue. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's called manganese blue. It's not cerulean blue. It's called manganese blue. Interesting. So with the blue here, I just feel like, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but with the blue layer added here, I feel like you guys are going to be swimming in each other's love, or your future spouse is going to be swimming in your love. Water always reminds me of deep soul level connections. People that are water signs are obviously Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, very emotionally sensitive, very emotionally tuned. So Taylor Swift, I'm being taken to Taylor Swift again. I don't know why, but maybe you guys are Swifties. Yeah. So I'm being taken to Taylor Swift, and she had this LASIK surgery, and her mom actually gave the video when she was on antibiotics, and she was falling asleep while eating a banana, and her mom kind of told her, you can't sleep while eating, and she responded to that, saying that I'm not falling asleep, my mind is alive. And it's one of the cutest Taylor Swift moments. So I feel like you guys are like that. Like, you guys do this in your sleep. You're like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You guys do this in your sleep. Like, you guys are always transforming, changing, learning for the better, and that's one of the greatest things that make you and you only the one for your future spouse. Like, your future spouse cannot choose anybody else and be happy. Like, you are irreplaceable. Pile number one, like, you are the one. I'm being taken to this card. Okay, that was very straightforward. I didn't even have to shuffle the deck. We have the Ten of Wands, of course. I love and care for myself first. Yes, yes. You taking care of yourself is something that your future spouse is going to be very attracted to. I feel like both of you are going to realize at some point that to be in a relationship happily and always be that way, you guys need to be with individuals that are good at taking care of themselves, right? Like, you cannot push your sadness over onto somebody else, even if it's your partner, and ask them to take care of it, because if they are not in the emotional space to contain your sadness and to transmute that and give you comfort, then that's actually a dishonor to them and disservice to them, because they are not emotionally ready to kind of take your grief within them. And sometimes, a lot of things can go on in your life and a lot of things can go on in your partner's life, and you're not going to be able to share every wound that you receive. And that doesn't mean that there is no love, but I'm just feeling that you guys are individually good at taking care of yourself, which is what makes you amazing partners, both of you, speaking for both of you, not just you. And I feel like when you're sad, or when you're unhappy, or you have some kind of grief, or you're negative about something, or you're dealing with some wound that's coming up, I feel like you're very good at learning to take care of yourself in those moments. Like, you're not going to slip into toxic coping mechanism or bad habits like drinking or smoking. You will kind of sit down and understand and take your time to give love to yourself in that moment. And I feel like your future spouse is going to pour more love into you in those moments, because you do that, because you're able to take all of that energy and to change it and transmute it into something better. I just heard that you alchemize energy very well. You guys are like my literal phoenixes. I wish you guys were my friends in real life, because there's so much strength that's coming through from you. And I absolutely love to see that. So we have the Four of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Yes. I know that the right person waits until I am ready. I feel like that's a direct message for you. If you want to identify who your future spouse is, they are going to wait for you. They're not going to rush you into anything. They're not going to force you into anything. They will wait for you, respect your boundaries. They will love you, care for you the way you want to be loved. Then we have Page of Pentacles. Wow. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, as soon as I flipped the ace over, I was like, of course, like, you're pile number one and we have the ace, so are we even? And we have the ace and the 10 together. So I feel like, I don't know if you've heard this in my reading, but whenever I've said this before, whenever I get an ace and 10 together in a spread from the same deck, I always consider it as like a perfect energy, like from 1 to 10. We're going from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, right? So I always consider it like a perfect energy. So I feel like this relationship and you are perfect for them. And I feel like they are going to want to offer you this cup of love immediately, but they are going to take their time and really understand what you need, instead of just pushing through, and like just like proposing to you or just coming towards you and overwhelming you. They're going to take a little bit of space, and they are going to kind of watch you for a bit and see what you're comfortable with, because they don't want to make this an uncomfortable experience for you, the experience of falling in love with them. Because I feel like they are going to fall in love with you first, and they are going to realize that you're their person, you're their one first, or before you do. For some of you, it could be you realizing that, but I'm seeing for most of you that your future spouse is the one who's realizing that first. And they kind of see you as a jewel, as a pearl who's made in an oyster. And you guys know how the pearls are formed, right? It's a brutal process, because the pearl was actually a sand particle. And I feel like, you know how diamonds are formed, right? Like, it's a gruesome process, but a diamond is a diamond. So I feel like you have gone through something gruesome in your life, you have gone through something horrible in your life, and you've turned out for the better. You've come out of it for the better, and you guys are great. There's also a youthful kind of energy. So I feel like in this relationship there will be a lot of inner child healing, where you automatically sense what their inner child needs, and they automatically sense what your inner child needs, and you're able to kind of come together and blend it very well. Like, I cannot even explain it properly, but the blending of energies, of both of your energies, is so seamless. It is utmost perfection. The rate of compatibility is so high. Compatibility is not the word, but I just feel like on an energetic level, you guys are literally like this. It's such a seamless blend, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I feel like one of the things that their ex-partners, or the people that they dated or were in any romantic relationship or situationship with anybody, is the fact that those people couldn't understand the inner child of your future spouse. And I feel like that's what makes you different. That's why you're the one. I feel like you see your future spouse for who they are completely on all levels. It's not that you're seeing your version of them. It's not that you're seeing only what you like. You are seeing them for who they are. And I feel like you make consistent efforts to do that, to be open to who they are, and to be open to their energy, and to be open to what they have to say. I feel like there's a lot of respect here in this relationship. There's going to be a lot of respect, where they will respect what you have to say. You respect each other's thoughts, each other's minds, each other's way of thinking. So you guys could disagree on something, and it doesn't cause any friction in the relationship. Like, it doesn't cause any bitterness. You guys understand that both of you come from a different point of perspective, and that both points of perspectives are valid, and you guys are not wasting time kind of fighting over what is right or what is wrong. Because this relationship is more about understanding instead of disagreeing or agreeing, or imposing what is right or wrong. I feel like there's a lot of understanding, and there's a seamless blend of the minds and hearts here. I feel like this is one of the relationship energies that I've picked up, where this is one of the most seamless energy blends when it comes to the energy of the mind and soul and heart specifically. There's also going to be a lot of passion in this relationship, but I cannot cover any 18 plus things here. I have a lot of limited edition 18 plus readings, so if you're interested in purchasing those, you can reach out to me via email, but that's only if you're interested. It's not necessary. I just wanted to let you know that. With the Queen of Swords here, I do feel like they do see you as the queen if you are the feminine energy here. If you are a masculine energy here, they see you as the king. They see you as like their ultimate protector, their ultimate guide, somebody who is very reliable, very stable, very solid, like a huge rock, like somebody to hold on to, because you're such a strong force to be reckoned with, that they fully trust your massive strength, inner strength. You could be physically strong as well if you are a man, but I'm just picking up on a lot of inner strength and inner. I just heard the word inner turmoil, so maybe you go through a lot of inner turmoil, but that doesn't mean that you're not strong. You are definitely very strong, and you guys are forming a very water-based connection. I do pick up a lot of fire and earth in your energy, both of your energy, but the connection itself is very watery, and very watery in the sense that it's like water. You know how water takes the shape of the container? It's very much like that. Like, you guys are very good at shifting and adapting to the tide, and in other people's relationships, some circumstances might tear them apart, but I feel like you guys will use every opportunity and every hardship to come closer together, to know each other deeper, to love each other deeper. And I feel like that's what you do differently, and that's why you are the one for your future spouse. So that was it for your reading, pile number one. I hope you liked this reading as much as I did. I really enjoyed your energy. Honestly, I feel like I really love to be in your energy. You are a very strong person, and I hope you always remember that. Pile number one, you've got what it takes to go through whatever hardship you're going through. I do feel like you've gone through a lot in life, and I'm so happy to see that you're here, that you're alive and well watching this reading. I'm so happy to have you here. I would love for you to be a part of my soul family permanently. So if you want to, if you like this style of reading, you can subscribe. I would never impose that on anybody. You can like or share this video or comment down. I would love any of your feedback. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out to me via my email ID, which I'll leave in the description so it's easy for you to access. It's mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. And with that said, I'm going to take the time to thank all of the cards that I used today, to thank the sacred water and the sacred painting. This is what your heart painting looks like. And finally, to read this message here, you may not be aware of it yet, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The gray clouds have lifted, replaced by soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. I feel like this is a message from Spirit and your future spouse. So that was such a sweet message. I hope you love the reading, pile number one, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number two, you chose this beautiful card with a sunrise or a sunset, as you know, whatever you're seeing in it. For me, I'm seeing a sunrise. I'm seeing a sunrise here, and I was just shown that you resemble the energy of the sun. You literally, you're like a happy bubble of sunshine, or you could be my pile that is always cheerful and always looking, you guys could be going through a lot, but you always look at the positive or the bright side of things. You could be Sagittarians, but you don't have to be. I was also shown a face here. So I feel like your soulmate or your twin flame is coming through, and that could be your future spouse. Like you could get married to your twin flame or your soulmate, because I'm just seeing that there is a mirroring of energies here. It's like an energy being split into two bodies, and then you guys kind of come together in the physical and you realize that, oh, we're actually great together and we're meant to be. So that's what I'm picking up so far. But let's get into your painting. I'm picking up on the fact that you guys will have a lot of like a playful fighting kind of energy. It's not exactly fighting, but it's just like playfully teasing each other and being like, oh, you think you can do that? Like I'm sensing a level of sarcasm from one of the partners here. Either it's you or your future spouse. Yeah. Hmm. I'm sensing I don't know why I picked up on that, but if you menstruate, I picked up that you could be meeting your future spouse when you on your period. I don't know, that was such a specific thing that I heard, but somebody needs to hear it. That's what I heard. At first, I was like, wait, is that the message? Do I have to say that? And they were like, yeah, yeah. So I was reconfirming. Um, I'm not being asked to add any more colors, but your future spouse is going to, if you are a woman watching this and you're attracted to a man, your future spouse is going to look at you as the perfect woman. If you are a man watching this and your future spouse is either a woman or a man, as you know, whatever you like, I'm sensing that they are going to see you as the one. They are going to see you as the sun. You know, in a solar system, in our solar system, we have only one sun. There could be many suns in the universe, but there is only one sun for the solar system. So I feel like it's a little bit like that. I'm hearing the Korean word, the South Korean, in the South Korean language called Hangul. It's called Taeyang in South Korean. The sun is actually called Taeyang, which it means sun. But I don't know why I was taking that. Maybe you guys are watching from Japan or South Korea, because I was taken to that. Maybe you listen to K-pop songs. Maybe you watch K-dramas, but I heard the word Taeyang, which means sun. Okay, there's a song coming through. It's a song by BTS, but um, I'll think about it and leave it in the description for you guys. I'm not remembering the name of it yet. Maybe you guys you meet your future spouse through a K-pop event, or maybe you guys meet your future spouse in an Eastern country like South Korea or Japan or China or India, Asian countries, Philippines, Sri Lanka. I'm here. Maybe some of you are watching from Sri Lanka. I'm being taken to like a travel kind of energy. Like I'm picking up a lot of places and a lot of countries on the globe, and I'm literally being shown a world map with like the countries highlighted. So some of you could be meeting your future spouse when you're traveling, and I feel like both of you will just understand that or realize or recognize that oh, we are both adventurous spirit. And I feel like it's the adventurous spirit, like um and you know, the openness to travel, the openness to go visit new places. Everybody's not going to understand that feeling, you know, that urge to go and travel, to see different places in the world. Some people might just want to settle down, some people might want to live in one country for the rest of their life, but I feel like you guys could love traveling. And for those of you that love traveling, you could be meeting your future spouse when you travel, or you're meeting them in another country, even if they are from the same country as you or of the same ethnicity as you. I feel like there's something different here where you guys are meeting in another country, and it's like a fated meeting. I'm picking that up. And it's a place where you've been wanting to go for your whole life. Like it could be something on your bucket list, somewhere where it's rainy, or you could be visiting during winter or during rains. I'm being taken to the movie. What was that movie? Weathering with You. It's called Weathering with You. It's an, oh my gosh, this movie is so beautiful. This is a I think it's a Studio Ghibli film. I'm not too sure. Um, no, no, wait, it's not a Studio Ghibli film. I think it was Makoto-san that did this movie. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name right. If you're Japanese and you're watching and my Japanese pronunciation is not good. I'm not yet fluent in Japanese, just to let you know. I don't mean to be offensive, but I'll leave the name of the movie. But it's very much like that energy, where in that movie, the they go through a very unique experience where the girl has some kind of, she somehow gets this supernatural power to change the weather, and she changes it and changes. Of course, there are repercussions to it, but they don't realize it, or they don't see it in the beginning. So I feel like they see you, your future spouse sees you as somebody who's like magical, like the magic that you have, pile number 2. It's almost like a supernatural ability or a psychic gift of some sort, and your future spouse is going to be in awe of how you can do that particular thing, and effortlessly, brilliantly. But you do it effortlessly, you do it brilliantly, and they don't understand how you can do something like that, because in that movie, how can a girl change the weather? But she has that power. She is blessed with that power somehow when she steps into a certain gate or a portal. And I feel like you guys also have some kind of power like that. I'm not picking up anything specific as regards to what this power is, or what this ability is, or why your future spouse is seeing you as magical. Maybe it's supposed to be hidden from you, and you're supposed to discover it by your own self, and you have not yet. So why are you the one? Why is pile 2 the one? Okay. So we'll take these 3 on top, and these 4 at the bottom. Why are you the one? I look back. Oh my god. Do you see I love when this happens. Like, color synchronicities are one of my favorite things. Maybe because I'm biased, obviously, because I'm an artist. But do you see how it's literally the same shade of pink and the same shade of green? You guys are going to have such like pile number 1 also had this message, but it was a different energy, and here I'm picking up a different energy, but still it's a seamless blend. Like, you guys could be different. I mean, if I could describe you as the color pink and I could describe your future spouse as the color green, then it's a seamless blend. Like, you guys coexist together so well, and it's a beautiful connection. We have the Queen of Swords. Wow. I protect what matters to me. We have the Page of Cups. I am as young as I choose to feel. Then we have the Hermit. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. And lastly, wow! You guys have 2 queens. If you are a woman watching this, this is such a great sign. If you are a man watching this, your woman is a queen. If you are into women. But, like, it doesn't matter what gender. I don't focus on gender. The readings are always focused on energy. But I try to include all genders. Wow, they do see you as somebody who's magical. Your future spouse sees you. I feel like the way they recognize you is, first of all, is that you're shining bright. And I feel like you're somebody who gets a lot of attention, or like your positive aura just is noticed by people. I feel like somebody could be having a really shitty day, and then you will be like, hi, I would like to order this, like and you're not trying to make them feel better, but it's just that your energy is so radiant and clean and beautiful and joyful that the person who you're speaking to automatically kind of like, oh wow, like a person who's excited about life, like they'll just kind of perk up at your energy and be like, oh, this is a great person, like they were so nice and they were so kind. Like, you're not trying to be kind, you're not trying to make anybody feel better, but I just feel like your energy is so beautiful and shining. I'm picking up on a lot of Leo energy here, a lot of sun energy here. So I feel like you guys just radiate that joy and that happiness and the love that you have for yourself, and that is why, and that is something that your future spouse is also going to notice. Like, there's only one sun in the solar system, and you are it. You are it for your future spouse. Like, you are not just the one, you are their sun, you are their 𝘚𝑒𝑎𝑛𝑔, which is sun in South Korean. And you see how all of these cards are fire cards. So something about fire energy being here, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be earth signs as well, Virgo or Capricorn, or water signs. I'm picking up Scorpio and Cancer or Pisces, but mostly I'm picking up fire and earth. I feel like you guys have a lot of confidence within yourself, but you have absolutely no arrogance, or you're going to develop into a person that has a lot of confidence. If you don't feel like you love yourself right now, I feel like by the time you meet your future spouse, that's going to change. So you're going to love, they are going to love the fact that you love yourself and that you're so confident and that you're so creative and that you follow your path. And you do it effortlessly. Like, you just shine bright without caring about what people are thinking or how many people are going to try to dim you down, or like, you don't spend a lot of time worrying about such things. You just do what you want to do, and you do it in a way that is so graceful. You're not trying to hurt anybody, or you're not trying to get into anybody's way. And I feel like that's something that beauty and that quality brings a lot of beauty to you. And I feel like your future spouse is kind of just attracted to you. I'm literally being shown this. So your future spouse is attracted to you like a magnet because of that radiance that is present within your soul. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what your gender is, you're shining. You're shining a lot, pile number 2. You're shining in your future spouse's eyes. And you are a person who is so independent, who has their own views, who has their own opinions, but you're positive, but you have gone through things in your own way, but you've moved on, and you've allowed those circumstances to change you for the better, to make you a better person. You didn't allow it to make you bitter, you allowed it to make you better. And I feel like that one letter difference is a huge difference, because I feel like you are prepared for anything, you are prepared for the worst, but you will look for the positive. You are always focused on the positive. And I feel like your future spouse is attracted to this single most quality of yours. And the reason why you're the one and you're irreplaceable, pile number 2, is because nobody can match that in their life. Like, nobody, they're never going to meet somebody like you. They know that because, like I said, right, there's only one sun, and the way you shine in their eyes, nobody shines like that. Like, nobody could possibly steal their focus and attention the way you do. You're not even trying to, but you do it, and they are going to instantly want to come towards you with this cup of love. They're going to want to come towards you. I'm also seeing that there's going to be, like, you guys are kids together. You guys love to play together. You guys love to just be connected to each other's energies together. And there's a certain level of innocent playfulness that I'm picking up, that you guys are grown up, but you're doing child things. And this is not an insult at all, but it's just that your inner child is so in harmony with each other. Like, the inner children, so in harmony with each other. Like you guys love, like your inner children love to play with each other, because I feel like you completely get your future spouse and your future spouse completely gets you, and they couldn't possibly have that with somebody else except for you. And you're somebody, obviously you are a queen no matter what your gender is. You're a queen or a king, whatever you prefer. And you stand up for yourself, you're confident, you're shining, you achieve your dreams, you go towards your goals, you push yourself back up after you fall. But those are things that you do, but you also know how to just play, how to just be, how to relax. Because some people are always addicted to like working, and they are fall prey to toxic productivity. But I feel like you know how to balance those two things, where you'll be focused, you'll be shining, you'll be doing what you want, and you'll be going forward. But you also need know when you need to take a step back, and when you need to relax, and when your future spouse needs you, when your partner needs you. And I feel like that's a quality that they are going to really admire and respect, and they'll come to love that about you just as much as you love that about yourself. I'm sensing that you have a lot of self-love by the time you meet your future spouse. There's a lot of self-love. I feel like your soul is just radiating with self-love. You see how this hermit is just so calm, and he's holding that wand, and he's has his hand over his heart, and his eyes are closed. And I feel like that's your energy. Like you're so calm, you don't even need to look at the path ahead to know where you're going, because you trust your own self so much that it's like, no matter where I end up, I'm going to make the best of it. I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. And that's the kind of quiet, beautiful, radiant confidence that I'm picking up from you, which is a result of you loving yourself and learning to trust yourself, learning to trust your intuition. It's like you realize that you're God's gift when you meet your future spouse, and then your future spouse also looks at you that way, because the relationship you have with yourself is so beautiful that your external relationship starts to mirror your internal relationship that you have with yourself. And because the relationship you have with yourself is of love, your future spouse, obviously you are the only person in their eyes. Like you exist and nobody else does. They're not even going to want to look at anybody else, because you shine so much and you are so irreplaceable, magnetic, and beautiful in your future spouse's eyes. So I think that was it for your reading, pile number 2. If you want to book a personal reading with me, or if you want to purchase any 18 plus limited edition readings, you can do so by emailing me on Mystique Tarot. I'll leave it in the description, so it's easy for you to access. But it's mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. And I really love your energy, pile number 2. I really love your energy. I feel brighter now. I feel more positive. So I hope you always remain that way. If you don't, I feel like some of you will not resonate with the energy, and you guys are not resonating with the description that I mentioned of who you are. You're not resonating with the fact, all this positivity and all this sun energy. You're not resonating with that. It's because you're not there yet. You're going to get there. So I feel like some of you might be on your way to, being the sun and being positive and like becoming the person that I mentioned. But some of you could already be there, and some of you are getting there slowly. So if you don't resonate with the description of who you are, this is still your reading. It's just that you've not become that person yet. You're slowly developing into that person, which is why I feel like this was like because we are reading a future energy, right? We are not reading your current energy in this reading. So that is what I'm picking up, like the person that you're going to become. This is how you're going to be becoming. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope you liked it. I just wanted to mention that, just in case if it didn't resonate and it feels like this is not your reading, this is still your reading. And I hope you had fun, pile number 2. I'm going to take the time to thank the sacred water, the watercolors, the painting, the cards. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your higher self, to your spirit guides, your future spouse's higher self and their spirit guides for allowing me the honor to channel for you and to give you all of these beautiful messages. You are such a lovely soul, pile number 2. Keep radiating as you always do and keep shining. I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3, you chose this beautiful card. I don't know why, but I just heard glitch in the matrix. Glitch in the matrix. And I'm being taken to that scene in the movie Matrix. I think it was the first movie where Neo, he looks at a cat and he looks at it twice. So he says, oh, it's deja vu, and they realize that it's a glitch in the matrix. And I feel like you guys are awakening, you guys are waking up. I don't know why, but that's a message that wants to come through, is that your third eye chakra is something is being activated and is very high right now. Like high, I'm sensing a lot of energy from emanating from your Sahasrara chakra, your third eye chakra. It's like you're starting to see the truth beyond the illusions, even with your eyes closed. And I feel like you're evolving into a highly enlightened spiritual person. Like you're waking up from a dream, and the dream was the matrix, and you're waking up from the matrix, and you're like, okay, I can see beyond this illusion now. I can see all of the things that are happening on the planet, and I can see my incarnation as a human being. I can see my physical life as a human being and all that I've gone through. It's like you're looking at yourself and you're completely separate from yourself, and you're looking at yourself and you understand what is going on with you, and like what happened in your life and why you experience certain things as a child or as an adolescent, why you chose to incarnate as you in this life. And I feel like you're just highly beyond the physical realm. Like I'm picking up your energy and I'm picking it up as something that is beyond the physical realm, and it's not fully in my grasp. I don't know what you're doing here, because you don't actually need a future spouse. Like I really don't know why you clicked on this reading, because okay. Okay. So spirit is telling me that just because a person is enlightened doesn't mean that they can't get married or can't have a future spouse or a beautiful connection in their life, because connection is one of the single most needs in a human being's life. And they're saying that that's why you're here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's get into the painting. I'm sensing that a lot of you like my method of divination, which is watercolors. You feel like it's something unique and you really like it. That's just something I'm picking up. Thank you so much. When somebody has anything, like somebody's going to criticize or whether somebody's going to like it, I can usually pick the energy because they're watching the reading. So I can pick the energy off of it, and I know that certain person will criticize this and will have mean things to say, and this section of people will love this and they love this, and I can usually pick that up. So thank you so much, because energy cannot lie, and people lie to other people's faces, but energy cannot lie. I'm being shown a tree. I'm being shown a tree. A tree you have a divine connection to. A tree in the forest, a tree close to you. I just heard that it wants to communicate with you. There is some kind of energy that wants to communicate with you. It's not your future spouse, but I don't know why it's coming through in this reading, but it wants to make itself known to you, and it's saying that I think it's part of your soul fabric family. Um, what happens is that source consciousness or source energy, it fragments into, you could say, like pieces of energy. And then one piece of energy is you, one piece of energy is me, one piece of energy is this table, one piece of energy is this card, is this lamp. So different pieces of energy, of source energy, different source energy pieces will take on different physical traits as they incarnate as a physical person. And I'm seeing that with you, there is a tree that wants to communicate with you. For most of you, it's a tree. For some of you, it could be a different object or a different element in nature that wants to communicate with you. I feel like, you see how I have a connection with water, which is also one of the sacred elements. I feel like the earth elements is something that wants to connect with you. There is a video that Lexi did, Lexi the Leo. You might be familiar with her. She's one of the most famous tarot readers on YouTube. I love her reading so much. She did this reading called Messages from the Four Elements. And I'm picking up that Spirit is saying that you need to watch her reading. Now, she's not my friend. I was not paid to say this. This is not sponsored or anything. I don't think she even knows about my existence. But I'm being told to tell you about that reading. Do you guys think that I should do a reading for my soul collective, a reading similar to that, Messages from Four Elements? Would you be interested in that? Because I would love to do that. But that's something that came, but I want future spouse. I want the divine connection, please. Your future spouse and the connection is going to come in like an awakening, like a massive awakening. And it's massive. It's a force. It's like a strong, strong force in your life that's going to change things, change the way you look at things, and change the way you look at life forever. For the better, of course. It might be tad bit uncomfortable, but I'm picking up that it's just coming in like a force of a hurricane, like a tsunami in your life, and it's not something that you expect. Like, when I was trying to tap into your future spouse's energy, I don't know why, but I was having a little bit of difficulty. It's almost like they don't want you, your spirit guides don't want you to know everything. They want to keep a little bit of a suspense. They want to keep things under wraps right now, some things under wraps right now. So you're not meant to know everything right now. But I feel like your spirit guides are telling me that you're going to recognize your future spouse, because like with your eyes closed. You see how the eyes are closed? It's like you'll recognize them by their energy itself. You guys are not even going to go through like the whole dating phase or all that, things. Like, you just know you are the one. You just know that your future spouse is the one, and your future spouse is going to know that you are the one. I'm also sensing a certain playful kind of energy in this relationship where you guys won't have to wear masks around each other. You guys are completely authentic, and it's accepted and loved. Your authenticity is loved. It's like your future spouse loves you for who you are. And I'm picking up that you're a very unique person. Obviously, if you're this spiritually enlightened and awakened, then people that have awakened are rare, on the earth. So they know that they are never going to find you in someone else. They are never going to find someone like you, and they don't want to let you go. They want to hold you through your tears. They want to hold you through all of your awakenings. They want to hold you through all of your transformative experiences. I'm getting that some of you could be wanting to do ayahuasca or spiritual medicines like peyote. I don't encourage or discourage this. Please do this. If you're going to do this, please do this with appropriate help and with the necessary expert and guidance. Please take care of yourselves, please. But I'm just seeing that, like, that is the, like, your mind is just being open. Like, I'm being shown the feeling of somebody being expanded. Like, the mind is just, you know, and it's hard to explain that feeling, like that feeling when you have, when you're on a medicine journey or a shaman journey, when you take ayahuasca, and um, Mother Ayahuasca is taking you through all of your wounds and kind of showing you, you know, this is what is in your subconscious, this is what is in your unconscious, and you take a look at all of your closed doors, like the rooms that you chose not to go within yourself. You're opening all of those rooms, and it can be an uncomfortable experience because past wounds can come up, wounds that you don't want to see, things that you're in denial of, things that maybe you did. And I feel like there's so much peace after the awakening, like after the storm, after you meet your person, your future spouse. I keep wanting to say your person or your soulmate and not your future spouse, because this connection is deeper than marriage, because marriage is a construct designed by physical humans, right? And this connection runs deeper than marriage. This is an energy based connection, it's deeper than marriage. And so that is why it's like your energies are married together. Like, you don't even need an external ceremony. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go through with it. You should absolutely have, you know, the best wedding day if that's what you want. But I'm just seeing that your energies are kind of married together. And it's like you guys are being drawn to each other by spirit. You guys are being drawn to each other slowly. And you guys are in the time-space continuum, which is this earth. You guys are finding your way to each other slowly. You guys are finding your way to each other slowly. And you guys are meant to meet. This is a fated journey. And meeting your soulmate is one of the key point, or like one of the, what do you say? You know how you have a goal list and then you go through all of your goals and you kind of tick mark that. And like, this is one of the things that you've come here to experience as a physical human, is to experience this romance love, you know, or this divine connection. And their intention is also the same. Their pre-birth intention was also to meet you. So I feel like you guys kind of designed your life and you chose into the life, like, and you like, all both of your pre-birth intentions were like, I'm going to meet you, I'm going to be with you. And your person was also like, yes, I know, I'm going to meet you and I'm going to see you. At the time you're watching this reading, pile number 3, be careful of negative influences. Be careful of eating up or absorbing negative energy, a malicious energy. Be wary of people that try to harm you, and take appropriate measures to protect yourself. At the time you watch this reading, this is a timeless reading, so I don't know who's watching this reading, who's chosen pile number 3, but whenever you're watching, if you've made it this far, you need to do an energy protection ritual for yourself. You need to be protected at this time. I'm picking up something dark. I'm picking up something almost like I just heard evil. So be careful out there. Pile number 3. Actually, what is this energy? I don't understand. Spirit is saying I don't need to focus on it, but okay. Let me get some cards for you and see what's going on. For pile number 3, why are they the one for their soulmate? One of your spirit guides was like, do you even have to ask that? Not in such a sassy way, but they were like, do you even have to ask that? Like, they're asking me, like, do you even have to ask that? Isn't it obvious that pile number 3 would be the only one for their soulmate? Oh my god. You literally have the sun. Wow. This is a huge confirmation, you guys. Like, you are irreplaceable in your future spouse's eyes. They are going to look at you and you only. You shine so bright, you could blind them with your blindness, with your brightness. Wow, you have all major arcanas so far. I'm sorry, you guys. The video got cut off there because I received a call. But yeah, let's get into the rest of your cards. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. This relationship is going to be very nurturing. I feel like you've not had that in your life. Nurture. You've never had somebody that truly nurtures you or cares for you or loves you for you. And I feel like that's what you're wanting. That's one of your deepest desires. And I feel like with your soulmate connection, I'm picking up that you're not just manifesting like a community of people that love you and accept you for you, but I'm seeing that your future spouse in particular, and specifically, I wanted to say he is going to love you, but take I don't focus on gender. Please take as they resonate, because I'm basing the reading on energy. So apply this to yourself as you want. You're going to have true nurture, and you're going to know what it feels like to have your soul nurtured in this connection. So this is a very beautiful energy that I'm picking up. And I feel like your future spouse is a solid force too. If you are like the sun, I feel like your future spouse is like a solid force. They are somebody who's strategic, somebody who is grounded in the physical, somebody who's solid, somebody who's like, I'm sensing like a perfect energy. When you guys choose to have a family together, choose to have kids together, I see that they are going to be the kind of father that will always be there for the mother and put all of the energy into protecting and loving the mother. And so the mother, or the feminine energy in the relationship, is going to put all of her energy into the children. And it's like a perfect balance. It's like a full circle, right? It's a perfect balance where the ability of father to be a good father, like what makes a good father is, I feel like it's his ability to be there for the mother, to be a supportive force in the mother's life, so that she doesn't feel like she's alone, or she's like just gone off somewhere, or she's able to put and focus all of her energy in one direction, which is her children, and put all of that into her children. So I feel like they are going to be the kind of father that nurtures you, supports you, and you as the mother and you as the wife, or you as the feminine energy, the masculine energy is supporting the feminine energy and allowing the feminine energy to kind of bloom in the relationship. And because of that blossoming, I feel like the children, any children that you choose to have, whether it's adopted or your own kids, the children that you choose to have are going to have the same radiance as you. Like I'm seeing like a certain cycle being stopped with you. I feel like especially if you're a woman, if you're the feminine energy watching this, there is some kind of intergenerational trauma cycle that's being stopped at you. And it's like your children, and from your grandchildren, your children are going to be exposed to a completely different energy, to a completely different kind of upbringing, and they are going to have a very different energy. They are not going to be exposed to trauma or like difficult things in their life. They are going, it's a complete shift. It's a complete shift that you guys are making that together with each other, with the Judgment and Sun coming out. It's like you're bringing the love back into your family line. And the fact that you shift this trauma cycle, or you shift this certain pattern in your family, you could be doing a lot of ancestral healing in particular. So I'm seeing that there's some kind of toxic traits or toxic patterns that were passed down in your family line, and then you're completely stopping that train alone. And you're doing that successfully because you are the sun. And because of that, there's a lot of shift, and you're stepping completely. If you are the feminine energy watching this, if you are the woman watching this, you're fully stepping into your feminine energy. If you are the man watching this, you're fully stepping into your masculine energy, and you're not afraid to embody that energy fully. And so because you're embodying your own energies fully, it allows you to be really great parents. There's no deprivation, there's no missing, there's perfect balance, there's no inequality here in the relationship. Like, one of you is not less than the other. It's a very equal kind of relationship, and there's a lot of balance within the relationship. And in balanced relationships, there's obviously no dysfunction, because the key element of dysfunction is that there's inequality. One person is being disrespected, one person is being taken advantage of, one person is being abused. But here, there's no such thing like that. It's a very equal, mutual kind of relationship where you guys have a lot of love for each other, a lot of care for each other. I feel like when you guys have children, I'm picking up that you are going to be the kind of parents which is very different from like anybody in your whole family. And I feel like your future spouse could have only done this with you and you only. So that is why you are the one, like, you are the sun. The sun card coming out as your first card, as your first major arcana card, is such a huge sign that you are irreplaceable in your future spouse's eyes, and they couldn't have chosen a better partner. I feel like you guys could have some kind of opposite traits, where they could be more like on the thinking, logic side, and you could be more on the emotional side, grace side. Or they could be more on the adventurous side, and you could be more of the homebody types. There's some kind of opposing energy, but it's not conflict. Let me make that clear. You guys are not fighting. It's just that there's some kind of opposing energy, but it's still, you guys are still blending very well. You guys are still having embodying your own energy within the relationship, and you guys are still great together. Like, they are still adventurous, and you are still very much a homebody, but you're able to blend those energies very well, and you're able to kind of come to a consensus. Like, okay, we are going to stay at home on Sunday, we are going to go out on Monday, and it's like you guys have great plans together. You guys are really good at communication and strategizing what to do that is best for both of you and for your children when you have them. So I feel like with the Page of Wands, look at this person. This child looks so happy with that, holding that wand. It's like such an innocent sunflower, bright, beautiful Leo kind of energy. You guys could have been drawn to pile number 2, I think it was. They also received a lot of sun energy. I picked up a lot of sun energy from there as well. So you guys could be coming from pile number 2. If you're drawn to pile number 2, you can watch that. Yeah, you don't have to, but I'm just feeling like that. I'm always open to good news. Yeah, your pregnancy is going to be a good news for you. You guys are going to have the family of your dreams. You guys are achieving some kind of a dream, or something that you wanted is finally coming to you. It's like you've wanted something your whole life. It could be something, and it's not something like money or something. It's something like you've wanted to be loved deeply for who you are your whole life, and then finally you're getting that in this relationship, Or if you've wanted to be a father your whole life, or you've wanted to be a mother your whole life, and then finally you get the opportunity to be a father, to be a mother. And it's like with this relationship, a cycle is coming to an end, and you're getting what you want. It's like a happy ending. The cycle is ending on a good note, and you're ending the cycle with the positivity and optimism and cheerfulness, and with a lot of forgiveness for yourself and for every single ancestor that has come before you, whether they chose to pass on the toxic traits or not. There's a lot of forgiveness from your side, and I sense that you're just kind of like letting it go, letting the bitterness and resentment go. And that is why this is such an awakening kind of an experience, this relationship the one, pile number 3. that was a lot that came through, but I had to say it. So yeah, if I was speaking too fast, I apologize. You can slow down the speed and watch the reading, but I just don't want to miss out on anything. Like, I want you to get everything that is coming through. That is why sometimes I'm speaking faster. So I hope you enjoy the reading, pile number one. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I am available for those, and you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'll leave it in the description so it's easy for you to access. And if you want to purchase any 18 plus content or 18 plus readings regarding your future spouse, you can do so by also emailing me on the same email. And I thank you so much for being here, for being part of my soul family. I thank all of the cards, your painting, the water, sacred water that I used today. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor to channel for you, pile number 3. And I wish you all the very best. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to have come across a soul like you, pile number 3. It's truly an honor to read for you. You seem like a highly evolved spiritual soul, and I'm so glad to have someone like you that stopped by this reading and is a part of my soul family. Thank you so much, and I will hopefully see you soon in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. In the next reading, I'm going to cover why your future spouse is the one for you. So that's what we are going to be looking at in that one. And yeah, I hope I'll see you there. But if not, I love you and thank you and send you my light. Bye.